Woohoo! I got a new mic! To be fair, the Guitar Hero one did get me through that first video, but this one should be much better. Now onto something topical. Did you know that the Green Ranger isn't always the 6th Ranger, and that they're actually more commonly part of the core team? Did you know that Power Rangers didn't originate in America, but was adapted from a Japanese show called Super Sentai, and that many seasons of the show have never been adapted, so there are tons of Rangers you've never seen? Actually, when Tommy became the White Ranger, that suit was from the next Super Sentai team after the one that became Mighty Morphin, and those 5 Rangers went unused. Did you know that Power Rangers 25th anniversary is August 28th, 2018, and to celebrate we've got these guys? Okay, so maybe Power Rangers isn't topical, but I love it. I've seen every episode, save a few from the current season because I forgot to set it to record. Don't worry, I'll catch up. The Pink Ranger's booty isn't gonna watch itself, you know. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about TV shows, but video games. And since Power Rangers have been going on for almost 25 years, there are bound to be some games, right? Oh, there are. And you know what? They're not very good. Although people my age probably have a soft spot for the one they played growing up. Mine's Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie for the Game Gear. Some good stuff. But as of yet, there is no quintessential Power Rangers game. The Battle for Bikini Bottom of the series, so to speak. Is it even possible? Should it be done? Yes and yes. But I'm not a programmer, so someone else will have to go out and do that. However, I have an idea of what the game should be like, which I plan to cover in parts. With that being said, I'm Lens of Truth, and to start, I want to determine when to morph, or the art of the Henshin.
It's morphin' time!
Power Rangers are superheroes, but here in the West the way they handle their powers is fairly unique. Most of our superheroes retain their powers even in civilian mode. The Rangers, on the other hand, are just normal people. The only way they gain access to their powers is by morphing into superpowered suits. And if they take enough damage, they demorph. In Japanese media, to morph is known as Henshin, and is fairly common. Since this transformation from normal person to powerful hero is such a critical element of the show, we should probably figure out how to best implement it in a game. Most of the Power Rangers games handle morphing the same way. You begin the stage morphed, and never demorph at any time. What? That's not how it works in the show. The characters usually fight foot soldiers until a monster shows up, and then they gather and morph. This method completely leaves out the best part of the show, seeing the characters before morphing interacting in their daily lives. Well, at least my boy here on the Game Gear shows the characters on a selection screen, and then they morph when you choose them. In later games, the selection menu doesn't even have character names or profiles, just Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Pink Ranger. A couple of games actually do let you morph, like the SNES ones. You begin stages unmorphed, and putties start to attack, so you take them on without your powers just like in the show. In the first game, you stay in morphed until the stage boss appears, to say hi, at which point you morph.
It's morphin' time!
Although it seems like you're fighting the same number of putties as before. The sequel, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie, is a little different. When you defeat putties, they drop little lightning bolts that fill up this bar down here when collected. And when you fill that bar, BAM!
It's morphin' time!
In the recent Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle, you fill this bar up here every time you hit a putty or absorb blue orbs. Once it's full,
it's morphin' time!
Beautiful Joe is not a Power Rangers game. Yes, I know, earth-shattering, that's why I get paid the big bucks. But on a more serious note, there are similarities. Joe is an ordinary guy, but when he henshins, he turns into Beautiful Joe, who has more strength and agility. But most importantly, he has superpowers which include slowing and speeding up time and zooming in. The catch is that these powers have a limit, this bar right here. And if you expend the whole bar, Joe reverts to his civilian form. He's then SOL until the bar recharges, at which point,
Henshin, don't go, baby!
So he can use his powers as much as he wants within limits. Alright, so we have a lot of morphing examples, but none of them really fit the mold we're trying to fill. Start unmorphed, fight enemies until there are too many or a big bad shows up, morph, and fight, with the possibility of being knocked out of your morph. So here's my pitch. Start stage unmorphed. There's a morphing bar up in the corner of the screen that fills up if you hit an enemy or get hit. Because if an unmorphed ranger is taking a beating, he's probably better off morphing. But the length of that bar changes depending on the danger level. Just one putty? The danger level is low, so the bar is long, you don't need to morph. A horde of putties? Danger level is high, so the bar is short, morphing is urgent. Same thing goes in the presence of a big bad. And I think your ranger form should have its own generous health bar. If you're taking a beating and run out of health, you don't die, you just demorph. And if you are demorphed, the danger level must be pretty high, making the bar short. So morphing again shouldn't take too long as you can stay alive in civilian form. This scenario actually reminds me of getting saved by King Mickey in Kingdom Hearts 2 when a boss, Zoldan, kills you. Alright, thanks for watching the first in what I hope is a series of short videos with ideas for a killer Power Rangers game, because honestly, I think we need it. Let me know what you think about morphing as a video game mechanic and my idea of going about it. If other games have done it better, I'd love to know. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing. You could even show it to a friend. You could also watch my first video, The Validity of Simplicity, which, as far as first videos go, I think was pretty alright. It's morphing time! It's morphin' time! It's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus! Henshin a go-go, baby!